let's talk about the day yesterday.
Right.
Our day yesterday.
Yes.
Yours and my day yesterday.
Yes.
All right, so yesterday.
We spent the whole day together.
Yeah.
We started from the, how you call it?
The fair.
The fair,
We had like a fair.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of booths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The day was awesome.
Right.
Like whenever I can spend time with BB like all day like that.
It's awesome.
Pretty sweet. But there is an issue that comes up that I want to know how you think I handled this, and maybe something I should have done differently, or if I did the right thing, or just comments on this subject.
Right.
So we go to this fair. BB's like, gorgeous and elegant, and we walk into this place, and there's all these people there, and she's strutting with her walk, right? That's how she like, it's like a runway model.
Stop it.
Right? It's true. So she like walks in there, and heads turn, and people look at her, and
at you too. So look at us.
yeah, but I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on her, right? So like, but yes, sometimes.
No, most of the time.
So anyway, so all these people look, and that's pretty normal. It's normal, not a big deal. So there's a line, right? There's like looking,
Right.
and then there's like overlooking.
Right.
There's looking so that you can get a reaction out of the person. That's the kind, and then it makes BB uncomfortable. So anyway, so there's a guy. We sat down at this like coffee shop in the middle of this fair. It's the only coffee shop. So we had to sit there for like 35 minutes just to get this coffee.
Yeah.
And we sit down, right? She's over there, I'm over here. And there's cups from the previous people that were sitting at the table. And this guy just shows up and starts cleaning the table. And like, so imagine that you're BB, right? The people in the camera, the subscribers, right? You're BB. And then I'm sitting over here, right? And then pretend that I'm the guy.
Yes.
I'm the bad guy, right?
Yeah. The bad guy.
So anyway, so he,
enemy.
yeah, I'm the enemy, right? So he like starts to clean up these cups, and then he's like, hey, I just wanted to make sure that, everything stays clean over here. You know what I'm saying? And then he leaves. And he does that eye contact bullshit. And I'm like sitting right here. And I'm like, I watched this happen. And I'm like,
Seriously?
I'm like, really, motherfucker? Like, what? What the hell is wrong with you? Right? And not smooth at all. Like, there's no smoothness to it, right? It was just blatant. And BB's like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? And then me in my head, like, BB knows me.
Yes.
You all have a pretty good idea of me so far. You're going to get a lot better idea of me after this video. But I don't generally let shit like that go. Because that's like stepping into our world.
Yeah.
Right? You are purposefully trying to break our relationship.
Right.
And you're also not caring if you make her feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's not about me being uncomfortable. It's about her being uncomfortable.
Right.
And you purposefully stepped into our world, trying to break our world up, not knowing what we are, right? If we have kids, if we're married, if we have any of that, right? And then you make my BB feel uncomfortable. And we live in a small community, right? So we're going to end up seeing this dude somewhere down the line, right?
Sure.
And he knows somebody that we know and all this stuff, right? So in my world, this shit needs to be stomped out. Like, this cannot fucking happen, and it can't be let go. So the way that I dealt with it was he cleaned our table. He doesn't even fucking work there. He didn't do anything there. He just came over to just be close to BB and see if he can get a reaction from her through eye contact.
He
Like,
was doing that afterwards.
and he was walking behind me,
Yeah.
right, and doing it to her. And I kept seeing her eyes go down, and I knew this dude was behind me because he was wearing a red fucking shirt.
That's why you were asking, like.
And then I kept asking her. I was like, is he still doing this shit?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And it just reinforced what I knew I needed to do anyways, right? So he's standing back here, the coffee, like right next to the coffee place. And then him and like two of his friends or whatever, right? So he's standing right over here, right? And then BB's like right there.
Yeah.
So he's just out of my eyesight. So he's positioned himself so that he can be able to look at BB whenever he wants.
Right.
Right? It's not a slick move. It's not good, right? He's not very good at what he's trying to do. So I fucking turn around and I'm like, hey, yo, my man, could you get us some ice? These coffees are really hot.
I loved it.
And then I just turn right back around to BB and I'm like, fuck that guy. And like, he's fucking pissed.
Yeah, he was.
He was mad that I asked him. But like a bitch, like he fucking did it, right? So
He chose that position.
what you want, man? Like, we can have this argument about you being our butler or busser, you know, like. So anyway, so he brings over the ice,
Yeah.
right, in a little dish,
Yeah.
ice cubes,
And he throws
and a spoon, right?
Yeah.
It's a very nice little setup, and he like drops it on our table, right? And I was like, thanks, dude. And then like I just completely ignored him, and then just started talking to BB again, right?
Yeah.
Just basically like made him feel like shit, just full on shit, in front of his fucking friends, right? And in front of BB, like in front of everybody, right? And like I don't like doing that, but I felt like in this scenario, it was completely necessary to check this motherfucker. To make sure that he understood that if he's gonna try that kind of shit, you better be slick about it, or you better be willing to pay some kind of consequence in how you feel.
Right.
So please comment. Tell me what you think of that. Because I thought it was dead on what I should have done. And BB?
Yeah, I loved it.
So, and tell me how you would have reacted differently, you know? For the guys at least, and then tell me the women, please.